Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy RJ Game News USA here. Back today with another video. And today, we're kind of going all in on hating Xbox for today. This is not good. This is like really bad stuff happening right now from Xbox. And I kind of want to go over rapid fire style some of the stuff they're doing and why I think it sucks. But anyway, if you like this kind of content, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's just jump right into it. So, first of all, we have to talk about the fact that Halo players are getting screwed right now by Microsoft. We've told the story before where they pulled the game from the State of Play. And now, if you want to enjoy Halo Couch Co-op on the PS5 version, not only will you need PlayStation Plus, but you will need a Microsoft account. Some people have never made a Microsoft account that are on PlayStation, and this could cause an issue with forcing people to sign up and make accounts they don't like. As y'all may know, I am deathly against having to make extra accounts, new accounts, a secondary sign-in. I fucking hate all that shit. I'm like so against it. I just flatly don't do it for my games. Sometimes I've had to if I purchase it, but if I've downloaded a free game and it wants me to do a secondary login of some kind, instead of bothering to jump through the hoop for a game I probably don't care about anyway, I just end up deleting the game. That's usually how I handle this. That being said, I plan on getting the Halo remake for PS5, and hopefully Couch Co-op will go on without a hitch, because if so, I'll be very upset if I have to do a secondary login and it clicks me out to a browser, and then I gotta do this and that. I won't jump through the hoop. I'll play that shit solo before I deal with that, because honestly, it's the principle of the matter. Is I really dislike these secondary sign-ins so damn much. I can't stand it. Luckily, I really haven't run across too many full-price games that demanded a secondary sign-up. Sometimes I'll sign up, forget the password, and then I don't know how to log in. It's very boomer of me, but still, this shouldn't be a thing. Your profile is your profile, and it should be good enough. And to be completely frank, for Couch Co-op in the same room, to have PlayStation Plus is ridiculous to begin with. It's Couch Co-op in the same room. What are we doing? And apparently none of these requirements are really on the Xbox version of the game, so they're making it needlessly more difficult for PlayStation users to be able to play the game how it's intended, how they would want to play. So I think this is a sabotaging move. I think that this game was decided by Microsoft leadership when they were taking power away from Phil Spencer to come to the PlayStation 5 as well, just like all these other ports. And now Asha Sharma has come in and she's seen, hey, we do need to actually go back to exclusives possibly. And now you're getting a disintegrated relationship between Sony and Microsoft after it was warming up. You know, Sony, we know, pulling PC games off of their agenda. And Microsoft now making certain games console exclusive when they were all starting to go to PlayStation. And Halo got caught in the middle. It was already announced for PlayStation 5. And oddly enough, Xbox is working against itself. Microsoft's working against itself by not really promoting the game and by not really supporting the game with full features, which is really annoying without some hoops to jump through. So I don't love that. I think it's bullshit. And then we also still, at the time of this recording, still don't know a release date for Forza Horizon 6 on the PlayStation. The game is going to sell millions and millions of copies when it comes out. We know Starfield came out on the PS5 and it was all sabotaged and awful on the PS5 version. I don't know what Xbox is doing. They got one foot in the door, one foot out the door. They got to pick a lane and go all in because, honestly, I don't know. Are they games as a service? Are they selling you games on other hardware too and as a third party? Or are they freaking a first party company that's trying to sell their games exclusively? Pick a fucking lane and stick to it because these half measures aren't getting you very far. Now, speaking of half measures, we have Black Ops 1 and 2. I heard about this, and thank you, Eli, for friend of the channel pointing this out to me. Well, Black Ops 1 and 2 is coming to the PS5. I thought, oh boy, those are two of my favorite Call of Duties. Like, if you add 3 in there, that's my favorite trilogy of all time. Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. Well, there's a problem. It's getting no enhancements. It is getting fresh lobbies, which will help with the hacking situation. But it's not getting touched up or buffed in any way, which is a little annoying and kind of cheap of Activision to do. And also, it's being sold at $40 a piece. But the most egregious thing about this re-release is the DLC is not included. And with the DLC not included, I find the fact that these games that are now 14 and 16 years old respectively are getting treated as almost full-blown new releases without getting anything new added to them. The greed of Activision Blizzard, Microsoft, and COD knows no bounds. It's ridiculous. Out of principle alone, I can't buy this. I mean, I'm interested in Modern Warfare 4. I played hundreds of hours of Black Ops 2, especially the multiplayer, and enjoyed it. It would be nice to play on stream, for the audience for the first time, right? And Black Ops 1 is one of the best campaigns ever in the series, if not the best campaign. So, part of me wants to jump all in on this game, but I also have responsibility to play new games, to play upgraded games, and, play games that I'll enjoy. I have fond memories of Black Ops 1 and 2, but it could stay just that, memories, as far as I'm concerned. With the way they're going about this release, don't love it. And then finally we have the closures, studio closures. A lot of this is heavily rumored and pretty much verified. We're talking about the studio that made Hellblade closing, the studio that made South of Midnight closing, and also the studio that made Kiln possibly closing. And honestly, at first, I wanted to jump on this story and bitch and go rah, 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 rah about it. But honestly, I'm looking at this as most of those games were flops and failures, and I understand why Microsoft is cutting them. However, the rumor that they could be cutting id Software is a bridge too far for me. id Software, and they're cutting Obsidian is the rumor too, and id Software makes Doom. It makes stuff like that. I would be very upset if they actually get cut. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. But this is not looking good for Xbox. This is actually bad. And, right after this showcase, where they're trying to send out good vibes, the honeymoon is over for Asha Sharma, and she's ready to get in there and gut Xbox, and that's what's going on. Maybe some of these studios can either buy their independence back, or they can be spun off as third-party entities. But what does that do to Game Pass? You're going to have less of a service for Game Pass, less games in Game Pass. It's shrinkflation, but on the gaming side of things. And that affects business too. So, Microsoft swallowed up all these studios, and then they bitch and moan when they don't get the results they're looking for, and they start cutting jobs. And it sucks. But anyway, guys, what do you think in the comments below about all these Xbox news stories? Do you like the direction Xbox is going? If so, let me know. If not, let me know in the comments below. But for now, this is RJ signing out. Peace. Have a good one.